Good morning, everyone. We are back. The show is called TBR SSF Show, which simply means the Big R Solution Sports Forum. It is myself, the Saubrey Boyz Walefatshe. I'm all by myself, running solo. I tried to talk to Swaragia Fura, Malekere, a Sundowns fan. He just disappeared. He said to me, but he was open. He said, hey, Munna, So Pilaga, I don't know whether I'll make it or not. But I said, man, it's football. It's football. You can't take it to heart. And I'm sure no one predicted that. No one predicted it. We never saw it coming that Pirates will beat Sundowns. Okay? And then Junior Kanye said they will lose 3-0 to Mamelodi Sundowns. And guess what? It nearly became 3-0 in favor of Pirates. And then I don't know. That was a game that we need to look at, and then tell me what happened. What do you think? What was the game plan? Was the game plan good? What led to the win for Pirates? um, According to your analysis, having watched the game, what led to what we saw? And then not only that, we also have to talk about Kaizer Chiefs. Oh, Kaizer Chiefs, it's so bad. Really, really terrible. And then I'll be talking about that one too, just to show you what are the issues. But let's hope that things will come better. But it looks like it's getting tougher and tougher by the day, as far as Kaizer Chiefs is concerned. And then when you look at the records, this is the worst record in the PSL for Kaizer Chiefs. Yeah, I don't know. So what do you want to say? Are you one of those people who are going to say let the coach leave, let him you know give away to other people? I don't know. We'll talk about that and see what's your take as far as that is concerned. But let's go back to Pirates. I think the game plan was very good. Remember, Pirates scored 2 goals within 5 minutes. That was a killer punch. And guess what? Who killed them? Mofokeng again. Remember the last time it was Mofokeng, and then who sent Zungu packing, you know? And then after that, Zungu's value just dropped. So again, Mofokeng did it this time. The boy is good. He's really good. He's showing good signs that he's got a future. I'm a little bit worried about people who surround him. He looks like a very good boy. Quite happy with the parents. The parents are always there with him, supporting him. That's very key. That's very key. Because parents don't have interest as compared to other people. Other people have their own interest. And then Steve Likulia once said, he's my hometown boy, and I need him to listen to him. I want to give him some advice. He shouldn't do what I did. Remember, Steve Lukulia was one of those players who was real, real, real promising, but due to wayward actions or activities, he ended up nowhere. So it's nice. I hope he will definitely sit down with Mufokeng and give him a word of advice. If you ask me, I wish him to go and join Barcelona B. Don't go to Rangers, whether it's a first team or what. Go to Barcelona B. If you go to Barcelona B, then you are certain that your journey is destined for success. We know what's happening with Barcelona. Yes, Lamine Yamal. I don't know whether you have seen Lamine Yamal at his age, Messi and Ronaldo at that particular age. Lamine Yamal has outperformed them. Has outperformed them. And the young man has won so many trophies at his age. This is the young man who will come closer to Lionel Messi. He's not at Messi's level, because they play a different football if you watch it very close. Messi is a monster. But Lamine Yamal is the future star. If you watch him, you'll enjoy watching the young man. He's so calm, he's well matured, he does not get easily excited, he's well grounded. Even if he's crowded, he knows what to do. He's quite clear. And then, yeah, I wish the boy does very well. And then, well, the sad part is the parents are separated. The father is gone there, the mother is gone there. But this is the young man saying, I love them both. I still have the genes of both of them, which is quite good. Yeah, don't be part of the argument because you're not there. You don't know why are they fighting. So that's it. So yeah, let's watch it. Now I want to hear from you. What what do you think? What happened? What happened? Why did Pirates upset at Mamelodi Sundowns? But I think the strategy was good. Kill them right at the beginning while they were still thinking. And immediately after that, Sundowns could not think. It was very difficult. They were now chasing the game, and then because they were chasing a game, so it was difficult to put things together. And then Pirates was just all over them. There's the young man Mbogazi, very good player. Maybe we'll see the old John Mabizela in him, and then the irony, or yeah, the irony is he's from the same province with old John Mabizela. He's from KZN. I wish the young man does well, and then hopefully he'll be surrounded by good people who are not going to mislead him, and then he'll be grounded. That's the most important thing. And then he played a very, very excellent football. He won man of the match. I don't know what excited you during that game. What do you think came out strongly for you? And then if you know that this came out strongly for you, and then yeah, tell us what came out strongly, then we can take it from there. And then as far as I'm concerned, I was impressed. And then immediately when I saw Tito not playing, I was a little bit worried. I said, what's gonna happen? Because he's the one who's starting the piano there in the middle of the park, who starts the music in the middle of the park. If he's not there, what's going to happen? But guess what? Pirates, he had none of that. They were just playing. Otto was on top of the game, was giving Mamelodi Sundowns hard time. I saw that Mudau was trying his best. He scored a very good goal. And then later, the coach introduced Morena, one of the good boys that I really like so much, whom I talk to from time to time. But it was too late. But it's football. So I don't know whether this simply means that Pirates has an outside chance to win the league. I don't know. We just going to watch. But what I really know is once you have outstanding games are not points. Outstanding games are not. We are still going to play, and then guess what? They may play too many games in short space of time. I'm worried about that. But if they can win all of them, the chances are they may take the league. That would be good to see them breaking the monopoly of Mamelodi Sundowns taking the league year in, year out. Because if they win this time, this will be for the eighth time Mamelodi Sundowns doing it. But if you ask me, I would have loved to see Mamelodi Sundowns winning and then wrapping up the league early. The reason is very simple. I want them to prepare well for the Club World Cup and the AFCON. All right, because Club World Cup for me is very important because you represent our country if you play there. But no matter what, even if Pirates has won, it's okay, it's still good because it makes our football competitive. Because now it's a one-way traffic. It's always Mamelodi Sundowns taking the league. So it's not a nice thing. Now, while we are looking at Mamelodi, I just want to hear from you. What do you think? What happened? Was Pirates came up with a good strategy, or what is your opinion? Did Cardoso did not apply strategy? I heard there were delays of the game. There were issues of dressing room. Sundowns were not allowed to use the dressing room that is used by Kaizer Chiefs. But Doc Kumalo did explain it very well that Kaizer Chiefs has its own dressing room, that F&B. Remember, Kaizer Chiefs, they are the tenant of F&B. So inside there, they've branded that dressing room with Kaizer Chief branding. Not only that, they've left so many equipments that belongs to Kaizer Chiefs, which is their things. So they didn't want any disturbance. So, and then it was not a question that they were refusing because it's Sundowns. They would have refused even if it was any other team, whether it's Pirates or any other team. They wouldn't have allowed anyone to use that dressing room. So now there was a bit of delay. I saw Cardoso was not happy. I don't know what was the issue that was, waking him up. He was not happy, and then but he didn't mention the issue of the dressing room, which had a bit of delay in terms of the game. Some people are saying it was 6 minutes, 6 minutes delay, and so on. And remember those delays in football, a very tense game, they have their own impact because as the players, they're looking forward to the big game, they're motivated, and once you delay it a little bit, psychologically, it has an impact. So, yeah, we don't know. And on the other hand, when Kabangala then there was a meat, our football, there's a whole lot of meat and so on. They were showing pirates sprinkling something there on the in the field. But guys, I don't know why I should do worry because this thing is happening, is there in our football. So don't pretend as if it's new. Whether they do it openly or what, it doesn't matter. But for me, I don't believe that everything is happened because of meat. Sometimes bakushaya lo muntu lo lokufakile lapho banidle kunjalo. So what's the point? So that's for me, it matters nothing. Uh, I see that as a psychological game, the mind game, and so on. So yeah, but we see as a Mahotman Weto, Ivan Koza, Kaiser Down, Jomoson, they believe in those things. They strongly believe in those things. So yeah, but that's part of the game. So what's your take? What happened? Mamelodi Sundowns. Just do a reflection. What happened to you guys? Because I think you were rolling. You were on your way to take the lead. What's your point? If you ask me, I think that 2 minutes, 5 minutes killer puncher, or 5 minutes or less than 5 minutes killer puncher was the cause of everything. They really destabilize you. But we'll ask, what's the name again? Mofokeng. He really gives a problem. Brajiga, I know when we Pagania, Laukona, now Mofokeng manje ukudisturb. Now our Brajiga, I know you, and now you've been complaining with 8 defense. Now you've got Mbogazi Brajiga. The boy is good. The boy is good. Umkhumbuza OJ Mabizela. And I hope he will be guided very well. He looks like a very cultured young man. And I saw his parents talking, his siblings talking. They talk as if he's a well-mannered young man. So yeah, let's go to Kaizer Chiefs. What do you think? What happened? Chiefs, I don't know whether should I say things are tough there or what. What's your point? Do you think they need to change a coach or what? Um, but everybody has an opinion of what should happen in Kaizer Chiefs. Look, Nabi has played 22 matches and then he has won 9 and then he has drawn 4. He has lost 9. But when I watched that game, Chiefs was playing very well. They were playing very well. They are coming, as far as I'm concerned. I've got my opinion. I'm sure you also have your opinion. They are playing very, very well. And then, but I still question, but maybe the coach knows what he's doing. Why doesn't start with Mfundo? Because, the young man Mfundo does good job when he's there. Once he introduces Mfundo, then you can see the pressure increasing. But maybe he has his own opinion why. And then the other people are asking, why was he not starting with Sereno? Sereno started on the bench, but irrespective of that, Chiefs was playing very well. Of course, when Sereno came in, you could see that no, they were putting pressure. They lost because you know what? There must be a winner at the end of the day. It's either a win or draw. But this time it was a win for Richards Bay. But the other thing that you need to take into consideration, the second goal of Richards Bay was an offside. And that goal, as far as I'm concerned, it has taken the steam out of Chiefs. Because while it was still 1-0, there was still hope that Chiefs will equalize. They may even lead. But now there was this goal that was scored, sorry, which I believe it was an offside goal. And then, sorry, which I believe it was an offside goal. So that goal take the steam out of Kaizer Chiefs because I think they had an hope that, you know what, we'll do well, we'll come back. But unfortunately, that goal really destabilized Kaizer Chiefs. So that's my opinion. So I don't know. Maybe you also have your own opinion of what happened. But for me, that goal really destabilized Kaizer Chiefs. They played very well, and there were more. There were a lot of goals that they nearly scored. They were hitting the crossbar and so on. So, to be honest, they did well. And then, if you ask me, I don't think they need to change a coach. But if I am to give a solution, remember, I've always said Chiefs should. I thought they would employ Pito. That was the position that was coming from. And then, secondly, I don't think Arthur's one was doing well. Was doing bad. For me, Arthur was still doing good. And then it was quick for Kaizer Chiefs to release Arthur Zwane. But we don't know. Maybe they had their own opinion. We know here at home we put pressure, especially on our local guys. We put so much pressure on them, which is a bit unfair. I think for me, Arthur Zwane should have continued with Kaizer Chiefs. They could have been far by now. And then, as I said, I would have chosen Peter Msimane ahead of Nabi. But now they have Nabi. I don't think it would be wise for Kaizer Chiefs to change a coach. They must stick with Nabi and then give him a chance. And then what I think they should do, they should hire a director of coaches or a technical director. But this technical director, his job is to sign players. All right? Technical director should not interfere with starting 11 and so. His job or her job is to sign players. And I have two people in mind. One, Farouk Khan. Farouk Khan, he's got an academy and is producing a lot of youngsters. So what they can do, they can hire Farouk Khan as a technical director and also have that working relationship with Farouk Khan's academy because he'll be grooming players from there. That's one. Or if they don't hire Pito, Pito has his own academy, which they're busy building it. Also, have those two guys, have Farouk Khan with his academy, and also have Pito's academy attached to Kaizer Chiefs. They can be able to produce players from those academies, as far as I'm concerned. This is how Pirates did well with Augusto Palacios. Augusto Palacios was running his own project of grooming young stars, and then those players were going to Orlando Pirates, and then, you see Pirates, they always bring players and so on. I think that's what Kaizer Chiefs should follow and forget about buying players because going to the market, there's a whole lot of things going on. You can't compete with Patrice Motsepe, one. Secondly, the teams, two, they just become unreasonable when the player has to go to Kaizer Chiefs. So that will be my solution. Have a technical director, and that technical director should be Farouk Khan, and have a relationship with his academy together with Pizo Msimane's academy. All right? Because I would have said hire Pizo and bring Arthur Zwane back. But now that is out of question now. So don't change a coach. This thing of changing coaches on its own has its own destabilization of the team. So that would be my opinion, how Chiefs should solve their problem. I don't know you out there what to take. How should Kaizer Chiefs resolve their problem? Their problems at Chiefs. And they're trying their best. You know, it's a mismatch. The marketing part and the management of Chiefs, world class. World class. Everybody saying Chiefs management, marketing department, we see marketing department. There's no brand for Kaizer Chiefs in terms of football. They're the best. The rest they follow, whether it's Pirates or what they follow. Chiefs is leading when it comes to that. Jessica Mtaung and his team, they are doing an exceptionally well. They're doing a great job. So that department is fine. The only problem is on the playing staff or the playing in the playing field. But what I saw, there is something coming there. The team is playing well as far as I'm concerned. Rele, that boy, very impressive in the middle of the park. So I see there's something coming up. So we need to be patient. That would be my suggestion. Now, I want to hear your suggestion. What would be the solution for Kaizer Chiefs? But before I do that, let me just indicate to you that remember that we are a financial company. So we emphasize on education, education. And for information, tonight I'll be on the CDFM talking about debt. Remember what you call the interest rate, not the interest rate. VAT has been increased by 1% over a period of 24 months. So what does that mean? The first increase will be 0.5%. And then in the next 12 months, and then the following 12 months, it will be another 0.5%. And that 0.5, it will come to a 1%. So that means it will go to 16%. So first 12 months, it will be 15.5%. And let me tell you, it's going to have a huge impact in terms of how things are going to. Now, those people who are in debt, you need to know how to navigate. It's a very tough situation. So we'll be talking about that on the CDFM tonight at 10:05. If you have a chance to listen, just listen, because that's our job. We educate. There's another book, How to Win the Wealth Game, The Art of Money, by Dr. Darlene Small. So Darlene Small, a former Reserve Bank economist, advising the Reserve governors. So you just get that copy for yourself. And here's another one that I wrote, if I remember correctly, it was 2010 or so. How I turned 500 into R1 million business. You can get this book in two ways. One in a hard copy, which you get it directly from us. The other one, you can get it from Amazon as an ebook. So yeah, just go to Amazon and get the book, or just contact us, then we can be able to assist you. So those are the titles of the books that we have. Then here is another one, Entrepreneur Awakening by Nomsa Masbugo. A very nice book. You can learn a lot from Nomsa Masbugo, who's in the hospitality industry, and the book is called Entrepreneur Awakening with a Drive. So those are some of the books that we have. Here's another book that you need to lay your hands on. It's called How to Get Out of Bad Debts use other people's monies and resources to get rich, because debt, it's money. So if you want to make money, you need to understand how debt work. And then, you know, rich people, they love debt because they understand that debt is money. So if you want to make money, just do likewise. Yeah, as I indicated earlier on, Chiefs fans, you'll decide what's your take. How should they solve their problem? Pirates, how did you win this one? Was this the formula to win going forward? And we heard the sad news that the coach might leave. But we'll watch the space very closely. And then if he leaves, what's going to happen? Because I think he is doing exceptionally well. So it would be nice to see him continue there at Pirates. Now, let me go to the Messi special and then and share the news with you. You know, this morning I was watching the celebrities talking about Lionel Messi, the impact he has in terms of the football that he plays. Not only that, the impact he has in changing football in America. You know, he's the star. He's the star of the stars. You know, and you get so worried. Uh, Will Smith, at some point, he used to support Cristiano Ronaldo, but now he says, I'm a Messi man. You know, without no doubt, the man is great. I love him too. You know it. Those who know will know by now that he's my favorite footballer. And now, let's share something. Um, this is Messi in 2025 with Inter Miami. Um, I don't see it properly. I hope you see. This 2025. First match, scored an amazing goal. Second match, he did double assist. The third match, an amazing goal. The fourth match, amazing goal. The fifth match, amazing goal. This man is a genius. And he always play in front of sold out crowds. And you watch our friend there in Saudi Arabia, Ronaldo, he plays in an empty stadium. Messi is always full, you know, and then they even increase the price, but people are not deterred. They always go and watch. So that's a genius. Genius. And I like the manner he conduct himself. He's a very, very, very humble person. Uh, that is very exciting. And now remember, he came in second half. No, after second half. But guess what? He became man of the match. You know, when it comes to man of the match, this man is leading almost everyone with man of the match. He leads Ronaldo with double of what Ronaldo is man of the match is. He's an icon, this guy. He won another man of the match in that game, where he scored the second goal. Very beautiful game. I watched it too. That game, I don't miss. I don't miss Messi's game. I make the point that I always watch. Um, let's see, whether did I share this one? Yeah, I did share this one. So, so that's Lionel Messi for you. The man is a genius, whether you like it or not. Only those who are Ronaldo, we call them Penaldo fans. They don't want to admit. Now, here's uh, Julian Alvarez. They ask him, Julian, who's the first player that comes into your mind? And then he said, none other than Lionel Messi. Remember, you Alves, they were watching Alvarez, they were watching Messi while they were still young, at their 8 years, 10 years old, and then now they are playing with him and they are idolizing him. They say, who's your favorite player in history? He said, Messi. Who's the most famous person on your phone contacts? He said, Lionel Messi. That's how impactful this genius is. Um, And then we are told that he's not going to play for the game of Argentina due to the fact that he got an injury and then discomfort. Let me put it that way. Not necessarily an injury. He got a discomfort. And the other thing that I want to indicate, I was doing a show with what's his name, Paige Maslangu at some point. Then he was telling me that a player like Messi, he has those thick muscles. Because of those thick muscles, and then they get when they get injured, it takes a while to heal. Now, remember, he wants to play for the Club World Cup this year, and then the next year he wants to play the World Cup, the country World Cup. So now they're trying to manage to make sure that when those tournaments arrives, he's fit. Now you can see these are the players of Jamaica. They were scrambling around him, taking pictures with him, and then he always obliged, humbly so, obliged, and then taking pictures with them. That's Lionel Messi. Now, like I said, he's not going to play for Argentina this week. They've requested that he should be rested because he felt some bit of discomfort when they were playing in Jamaica. So yeah, that's it. We'll see. We'll watch the game tonight and during the week, and then please go out there and then please just I want to hear your comment and just comment and like and simultaneously please subscribe because the more you subscribe the more you give us the numbers, the more we get the numbers, the better we look like, and then the better we can improve our product. And I want to say thank you so much. Malekere, I know you wanna, but don't worry, you'll win next time. So mara umpokile mona. Nalo and now we are here all the time and then talking about the big game. So yeah, guys, thank you so much appreciated. And then we are looking forward to interact with you again in the future. Remember, the next show is on Saturday morning again, and then TBR SSF Show, which means the Big R Solution Sports Forum. Thank you so much. Bye bye. Hi, everyone. I'm sure you are already in the year 2025, and then you are asking yourself, what are you going to do? Some of you have been working for many years, and then now you are contemplating of either resigning or going on retirement. And it looks scary. You're not sure what are you going to do, how are you going to survive, you're worried about your pension, and so on and so on. Especially if you're a GPF member at the age of 55 and above, and you are in those situations. You are thinking, what's going to happen? Remember, the most important thing, you need to think about how can you save the little that you have in terms of how do you avoid penalties? Because when you retire earlier than 60, you'll be penalized. How can you avoid that? Not to be penalized, not even a cent. You also want to make sure that you maximize in terms of the taxation. But get me right, tax applies to everyone. But you want to make sure that you are tax as little as you can. And you want to do all those things. You need somebody who's skilled, somebody who's trained to deal with finance, because tax avoidance is allowed. Because when you avoid tax, you use the tax law. Now, if you want to do that, to make sure that you save as much as you can, don't hesitate. Contact us, TBR Solution, or the Big R Financial Services, an authorized financial service provider. And then just say, please, I want you to assist me. I want to go out So come and share knowledge with me. Now, no obligation. You don't have to make any obligation. Just listen to the facts. After listening to the facts, make a decision. Can listen to us, can listen to others, then so that you're exposed to various information. So that when you make a decision, it's an informed decision. Now, my name is the Saubrey Boyz Walefatshe from TBR Solution. Here I'm representing the bigger financial services and authorized financial service provider. If you want to know how to get hold of us, just look at the WhatsApp number, drop us your contact via WhatsApp. We'll therefore come back to you. I thank you.